the tales and songs fall utterly short of your enormity, O Smaug, the stupendous.
I found somewhere in the internet, in one of your quotes, that you like to sit on the couch. You're a man who likes to stay at home.
Yeah.
Does that make you a perfect hobbit?
I suppose it does. Yeah, I guess I'll have to take that, because Pete, it did for Pete. You know, Pete thought I was a perfect hobbit, so I guess I'll have to fess up to that one.
What is your idea of adventure?
I think I've embarked on a life of adventure by being an actor, to be honest. You know, you don't know what the future's going to bring. You don't know whether you're going to be even working. You don't know if you can pay the rent. It's about, you know, I spend a lot of my time away from home, meeting entirely new and different groups of people in various countries. So yeah, that's an adventure for me.
I found somewhere that you don't drive. Don't you have driving license, or you just don't like driving?
I don't really like driving. I like it. It's okay. It's all right. It's just stressful.
But you had this horse ride.
Yeah. The horse riding. I'd never ridden a horse before, and I really enjoyed it. I'd never been on a horse, so for me it was like, wow, you're pretty high up. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Is it safer than car for you?
No. Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes, depending on the road and depending on the horse. But I think I'd like to become a better horseman before I answered that question. Yeah.
I wonder, what is still to be told about Gandalf after all these Lord of the Ring movies? Do you still have something new in this character?
Do you mean we've had enough of Gandalf? Time he went. Retire? No. Well, it's back to the Gandalf the Grey, you know, not Gandalf the White, not that commander who's driven and got a purpose. Well, Gandalf has a purpose, but he's quite not always entirely certain what's going on, and he's got an inquiring mind, and he must find out because it's his responsibility to look after Middle-earth. So it is more of the same, but a little bit more fun than perhaps you get in Lord of the Rings. He is 60 years younger, but I couldn't really take that into account because he is 7,000 years old, isn't he? You still don't get to see Gandalf having a wash. He doesn't seem to wash.
That's good.
He doesn't go to the laundry. He doesn't have a pee. I said to Peter Jackson, why don't we have a scene in which Gandalf gets up in the morning and relieves himself against some great big native kiwi tree? I said it would look great in 3D, but... So what more is there to tell about Gandalf? More of the same.
In the movie, you have such a good time together. Did you have any boot camp for the dwarves?
We did. We had about I think 12 weeks of preparation where we were horse riding and sword fighting and hand-to-hand combat and movement class and singing lessons and dialect training. We had a whole host of things we did for a few months. But it was a great time for all of the actors to kind of get together and bond and create that friendship and that camaraderie that we needed for the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, also because we were arriving at the studio. We also lived very near each other. Yeah. And we were socialising together, and it began the journey in a very exciting and helpful way for us. Yeah.
Did you do all the sword fights by yourself, or did have some?
A lot of them. We all had stuntmen, and we had scale doubles too. Some of the smaller guys, and we had regular doubles. But yeah, a lot of it we did ourselves. A lot of them, the stunties came in for some of it too. Some of them were dangerous stuff we weren't allowed to do.
And how was it in this suit when you had,
Really hot, really hot. We had these cooling vests that we used to wear under them. I know Jimmy didn't wear his, but I think Formula 1 drivers wear them, or racing car drivers wear them, where you put on this vest to your skin and you can plug yourself into an ice box and it filters cold water around your body. I mean, it can be unbreathable in those costumes. And under lights and with running and fighting.
It was very challenging.
It could be, yeah.
It was, some days it was tough. And also with, I had quite a long process of prosthetics.
Filming, you actually were pretty lucky. You had more prosthetics.
Yes.
Yeah. You could play with your face. All these suits, the prosthetics, is it kind of advantage or handicap?
I think a bit of both, really.
Both,
I mean,
yeah.
there is an advantage. I mean, I think at some stage we were wearing kind of 30 kilograms of costume and armory and weapons and all that kind of thing. The boots are really heavy, but it allowed us to kind of drop our sense of gravity. I mean, where we're lower to the ground, which is what the dwarves, one of the attributes they have. They kind of they're strong, but they have a driving force to them. So I think it helped for that. I mean, it was uncomfortable on certain days, but I think there was way more advantages than disadvantages to it.
You started as a director, stenographer. visual effect artist, cameraman, when you started filming your first movies, do you miss sometimes doing the special effects by yourself, doing these little things that you did 30 years ago?
Well, there's two. I mean, yeah. I mean, I love doing that. I love sculpting. I love model making, which I do, you know, in my spare time, but not for films, of course. I just still do it as a hobby. But at the same time, I'm glad I didn't have to do that on a film like The Hobbit. I would still be shooting. I mean, I'd be working on it for another 10 years if it was just up to me. So, I do love that stuff. But I'm also glad that I've got very talented people helping me do it. So then we can get these movies finished and out there.
Come now, don't be shy. Step into the light.